Hi class, wanted to give you a brief explanation or tutorial on the first project that will be due at the end of next week. So this is week 5. This week you'll be putting together your questionnaire and then you'll be executing that, if you will, and then you'll be putting that together in a written report that you'll submit to me by Saturday night of week 6. So you've got roughly 2 weeks to work on this. So let me first take a look at the screen here. This is a project and it's included as a sample in the announcement that I've sent out. This happens to be on Netflix. It's a focus product that we did a few semesters ago with one of my groups. And this one, I'm starting at the appendix. So this week, as you get together in your groups and you have your discussion board, you're putting together a questionnaire. I want to clarify that this questionnaire should be the same questionnaire that you all use for each of the interviews that you do. So this week, you're doing qualitative market research, which is really exploratory research, and you're doing one-on-one interviews. Each of you will do 5 interviews each. So if you have a group of 5, you should have 25 interviews all done. So again, 5 for each of you. But please use the same questionnaire. The reason why is because you want to get consensus on the questions you should be asking, and then ask the various interviewees those same questions. So you have a data bank, or you're building a database of information that they're providing for you that you'll be able to use for your projects going forward. Now, the whole purpose of this is really to try to find the underlying hot buttons for your customers. Why do they use your particular product? How can you exploit that? Is that something you can focus on in advertising or positioning or market strategy in order to get even more customers? So your exploratory research this week is really to try to uncover the whys and the hows of how and why they use your product. So that's what you're trying to do. So I'm starting here at the appendix. This will give you some of the questions that they had used in terms of trying to understand their Netflix customers a little bit better. But I'm not going to go through question by question because it's going to be specific to your own project. However, I just want you to realize that you do need to be using the same questionnaire for all of it. So it's not that you develop your own and then at the end try to mesh those together. This is what your group project is this week. The discussion board is to get your questionnaires right and then ask the same questions to each of your interviewees. So that's point number 1. Let me scroll up to the very beginning here on the executive summary. Let me just say this about the executive summary. You should all have one in there, but the executive summary is not a summary of what's in the report, like the sections. Okay, we have a section on qualitative research, we have a section on this, we have a section on that. What you should be telling me in the executive summary are what's a summary or conclusions that you found. What findings did you find? In the business world, you and I are busy executives. So when we're in the workforce, we're busy. We want to get to the bottom line. The executive summary is meant to establish what that bottom line is. All the other data in the report we will read, but we'll get to it in our own time. But I want a summary. So if I'm really looking for a really quick, what's the end result here? I should be able to find that in the executive summary. Don't tell me what else is don't tell me the other sections in the report. I want you to tell me what you found from the things that you did in there. So hopefully that makes sense. And then make sure, so the other point I want to bring out is to make sure you follow the rubric. Every section in that rubric needs to be in the report. If it's not going to be there, you'll get a 0 for that section, and that can really hurt. And so this is your first project. This example gives you a really good idea of what is expected. Make sure you follow those guidelines. There is in the lesson, so in iLearn 3, in this lesson this week, there is a sample of questions or questionnaire. You'll be looking at those. The number doesn't really matter, but you want to have enough information that you're going to be able to build or at least find some initial hot buttons that you'll then take to the next project, which is the quantitative portion where you'll be sending out another questionnaire. But that should get you started. If there's questions or concerns, please call me or text me. Those are the best ways to get me, and then we'll go from there. Thanks, and good luck this week.